It's the FB and Goob show. I'm FB. And I'm the Goob, you know what I mean? And then
Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I'll do the I'm the Goob part, for sure.
So, but right now we'll just stick with the original.
Sure, why not?
Okay. What up, fuck us? And welcome to the FB and Goob show. I'm FB.
I'm the Goob.
Sponsored by the Good Time Tavern of Livermore, California. How's the Goob?
The Goob is excited to talk about nothing really except for the Niners championship games. I don't care about NBA superstars. I don't care about the really cool shout outs we have.
Good shout.
I just care about NFC championship. Here we go. Niners.
We got some good shout outs.
We do. We have a lot of good stuff going on, actually.
We got good fan shout outs.
So, yeah, you want to just go right to the Niners, or...
I'm looking for any other fucking thing to talk about other than your fucking Niners.
Oh, right.
Sound like, I mean, like, do I want to talk about the Niners? No.
Yeah, no, I guess
how about anything? How about anything other than, how about we wait a little bit? I already promised you today, and I promised every fan that is a part of this show, I would not talk about the Packers. So there's no reason to. Even though everybody else in the world is talking about something, listen, we have 3 games.
And yet you still bring it up.
We have 3 games of football
Let's
left.
just skip it.
But not. Yeah, what else you got? Give me something that's not the Niners.
No, you're right. All right, without starting with the Niners, we like to do our fucked up things.
Yes, we do.
So we found one of those ironic murders over in China. Ironic because apparently a pig killed a butcher.
The reverse role.
Right. The definition of irony. Like,
Yeah,
exactly the opposite of what should be going on.
Yeah, it's definitely a fly in your Chardonnay. That's for sure.
Right. So, they were at one of these kill a pig factories, which they have in China, and I guess they had shocked one of the pigs.
They got them everywhere. But yeah, the kill a pig in China.
Yeah, we'll blame China for this one.
Yeah.
We didn't start it.
And blame China for everything else. So, go ahead.
For sure. If they had more subscribers to the FB and Goob show, maybe we'd be easier on them.
I do not believe China's government allows the FB and Goob show into China, to be honest.
I think maybe that's the thing I have with them, possibly.
So
that could be the start.
Maybe we might be pre-scanned and pre-not allowed. Just because, first of all...
Totally love you guys, China. Woo, go China.
Go China. We don't get
all right, so anyway.
All, actually.
So yeah, the pig jumped up from being, put under and attacked the butcher. The butcher was holding a big 15-inch chop up a pig cleaver.
Sure.
You know.
Ones that just go right through the bone and everything.
Right. So apparently that one dropped on his leg and apparently he died. I don't know how long he's lying on the floor bleeding. It doesn't seem like an injury that would kill a person.
I don't know. If you hit a main artery and
sure
can't be stopped, you only got so much blood.
True. Maybe you're still fighting off the pig. I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't even know what happened. You know what? I would say no. If you dropped if I had a cleaver, the thing, and the pig startled me, and I dropped it, and I looked down and was shit. Fuck. The pig probably went. He's out. Because the pig has only got one focus. Exit. Escape. Thank you, Dory, for the word escape. We love you for that word. Now, I don't know if you ever seen Finding Nemo, anybody, but if you escape, thank you.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. So thank you for that escape thing. Yeah, no, that pig is escape. It is like fucking can't read a goddamn thing, but if there is light down a tunnel, I will run for that son of a bitch. So, yeah, I don't think he fought the pig anymore. I can't imagine. If he was, at one point in time, if I'm, in some kind of situation, and then 2 seconds later I'm fearing for some bad thing that happened to me, you will totally realize that I'm not involved in the bad situation anymore. I'm totally involved personally in myself. You know what I mean? Yeah, the pig probably went, got him. I'm out of here. So, I don't get the first part, though. The sensitive, what happened to the pig? What did they do to the pig? Why did the pig wake up?
They basically tased the pig.
They tased the pig.
That way you don't waste all the good fresh juices and stuff when you cut them open. All the good.
Oh, you don't talk about the tension, where you do something wrong and you shoot the thing and then it does something weird and the adrenaline or.
Nope, no clue. Never been to a Chinese butcher shop.
Okay, because I'm just wake up.
I don't know. Someone messed up or bad.
Oh,
Everyone's looking into it.
we kill our pigs here before we put the butcher involved.
I think we just send them through a big tunnel and it just
Zip,
comes
zip,
out
zip,
pork
zip,
chops.
Pork chops.
Yep, that's what happens. Nice and clean here
Nice
in America.
and clean in America. That's how we do it. Nobody actually deals with the pig. It just walks through a door and comes out a pork chop. It's brilliant.
It is. Can we talk about the Niners yet? Niners.
I'm really excited about this pig thing.
You're invested in the
I'm
pig?
invested in this pig thing. So
Right.
so when the pig woke up, was the pig
Obviously not happy.
no feet tied together?
It wasn't hanging from the ceiling or nothing.
I bet you tomorrow the pig's feet are tied together. I bet you the butcher shows up and goes, "Well, they've made my job a lot easier." You know what I mean? Because
I think they just probably revert back to bullets. They're cheaper. Just
swamp people. Just pull the alligator out of the water and boom and shoot the fucking thing.
Yep,
and then put it in the boat with you, and then
Right.
you'll be watching the show and one of the legs will move up and you'll be like, "You sure that fucking thing's dead?"
Right.
I'm a little concerned right now while you guys are in the boat with something that's still moving. That is 12 feet long and prehistoric. I don't know. You really want to talk about these Niners, huh?
I mean, I think we have to. I mean, you could talk about
It's a sports show. We could talk about swamp people for the next 2 hours.
I was thinking about getting the lucky bullet. If you get the gator brain part with the bullet in it, we'll skip that part.
No, skip that part.
Yeah.
Nothing better than some fried alligator, though.
So yeah, apparently the NFL playoffs are going on.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, we're down to I guess 4 teams now.
I've had to watch them.
Yeah, this weekend wasn't as exciting as Super Wild Card weekend. I think in general.
No, the first week was fabulous.
Yep.
I love the Giants knocking down Minnesota. I was truly excited to see the Jaguars move on to week 2
Yeah, it's fun stuff.
of the playoffs. This week, not so exciting.
Right.
But a lot of interesting things came out of this week. I don't want you to think that it was that boring.
All the best teams came through, I think.
I think the 2 best teams, no,
No.
I don't agree.
All right, that's fair.
Okay, so I think the 2 best teams in the NFC came through.
The
Eagles
Niners.
and the Niners. Your Niners, we'll talk about them in a fucking second.
I'm
Hold
gonna
your
keep
little
going.
horsey.
Nope, can't do it. Star power.
Star power. Keep your star power together. So, no, I don't agree. I think that the the Bengals. I really want to see Josh Allen against. It's one of those deals where we're never going to fucking
Josh
see it, are we?
Allen.
We're never going to see it. So go start with the Niners. I'll get to my disappointment when we get there.
Yeah, we'll be disappointed. Purdy did not disappoint again. He obviously did not play like superstar.
He didn't look good.
It was all he did not. Yeah, no. Purdy did exactly what he needed to do. The Niners won. They beat the Cowboys in 1912. And it was exactly
Jim McMahon would be
man.
proud of him.
It was a sluggish game. And
Uncle Trent Dilfer would wink.
exactly. And you know what I mean? If Uncle
They're also Super Bowl winners. That's why I say it.
we'll take their blessing if they want to go ahead and do that. They had great defenses, and ours is the greater of the 2 best defenses that I've seen this year up close.
This year?
Yeah, this year.
Can we compare them to those 2 defenses? I don't know. I don't think we can. Oh, you know what? We can compare them to the Ravens defense.
Yeah,
For sure.
historically, the Niners.
Yeah, I think we can compare to the Ravens defense. I don't know if we can compare to the Bears defense because the offenses weren't the same. You're not going against quarterbacks that can run and be mobile and also throw balls and be deadly at passing. And so we can compare to the Ravens defense, and I think they're better. Or right there. You got Ed Reed, you got your guy, you got
Hufanga.
the fun guy, you got. I don't know if we can compare the line. Can you compare Warner to?
I mean, the trio of our linebackers probably equals Ray Lewis and Bulware and one of his buddies.
Yeah. So and your line, you don't have what's his name in the middle, but you have Bosa on the outside, and they never had Bosa.
Right. Armstead's back, and well, that's just our whole rotation's ridiculous.
Yeah.
No one runs on us.
So Brock Purdy gets that exception.
He gets another win.
You got to win, yes.
orchestrated one good drive where he handed it off to Elijah Mitchell and then McCaffrey and then Elijah Mitchell and then McCaffrey and then McCaffrey and then McCaffrey, then Elijah Mitchell twice and then McCaffrey, and it was a touchdown.
Nice. Yeah, McCaffrey's touchdown was nice little run. Actually, turnovers is the what this game was about.
Yeah, they kind of equaled out. I mean, we did pick off Dak twice.
I don't know if they equal out. You say they equaled out, but one of Dak's drives could have been a touchdown. You just got and you got a field goal. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
or two field goals out of what could have been one touchdown. And I know they got a field goal off the punt thing, but the defense always seems to stand up when there's like a punt fumble. Fucking asshole! What the fuck did you do that for? You know, and then they
We got 3 plays all
because we
out.
just did 3 and out. You know what I mean? And now you're walking us back out there, and they stand up, and you get a field goal. That's fine. One of Dak's could have been a touchdown. One of those interceptions could have ended Dak's week. Well,
For sure.
We're seeing memes of him being tossed out of windows like Billy Ray Valentine from. I mean, Eddie Murray, it's a good thing, but I mean
Beverly Hills.
Yeah, Beverly Hills Cops. You know, I mean, even the Cowboys like media people put out a bad thing about him, like from the franchise. You know, it was like, damn.
Sure, they don't like when you throw interceptions, and Purdy had 0 interceptions, and maybe that was the difference.
I think in a weak-minded world like today, I don't think you can put that in that kid's head.
Nah, I think the difference is our linebackers are sick. Like, just watching Warner and Greenlaw cover. Who do you want me to cover? The tight end, CeeDee Lamb, go tackle Pollard. They're doing it all. This linebacker group is unbelievable.
No, you have the best defense in football.
And that's the only chance we have against Philly, I think. These guys need to dominate again. And since Philly did beat the Giants, they beat the pulp out of them. It was embarrassing.
This is a what is it at the end of the first quarter game. I don't want to preview it yet because we haven't talked about that.
That totally makes sense.
But this is, and we'll get there. This game, the Cowboys game, I was not impressed with Purdy.
Sure. Nor have I been.
Once again, I'm impressed with your tight end and your receivers. Well, I think Jennings is maybe a hero in the Niners. You know what I mean? Because there's plays that show up that Jennings catches, and it's huge first downs, or it's a huge thing that, like, shit, thank God that guy was there. But I think your star players help Brock Purdy.
Oh yeah, and Jennings
whole fucking
like Kittle, he'll block and
he'll block.
Receive.
He'll cut.
Very good receiving block.
Very good, yeah. He's the Alan Lazard of the 49ers.
Don't put that hex on me before we're playing in the championship game.
I am literally trying to talk about
whatever
a
hex
pig
we can get.
killing a butcher
Right?
instead of talking about you. And I am not. And I already said you were going to win a Super Bowl because I thought that this is just the best scheme I've ever seen, or I've seen in a long time. Because the new scheme shows up and takes over for 12 years or 15 years. And this is honestly one of the best blocking schemes, one of the best. Just like, I guess you have to have these players, though. Again, Deebo Samuels, Christian McCaffrey, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and Jennings. I said his name because I thought, shit, that dude's open still. So all the big superstars are covered, and this dude gets a 15-yarder for a first down. Oh, fuck, Jennings, we forgot about that guy. How? Well, you don't have enough players to cover that guy. So.
Nope, works for me.
But what I saw against the Giants was the best team in football. So I went, oh, okay.
Yep. Best O-line, best pass rush for the Eagles.
Talent all around. Miles Sanders.
A.J. Brown's been brilliant.
Hell, A.J. Brown's been really
Devontae.
good. Is a Heisman Trophy winning receiver who was the number one receiver until A.J. Brown showed up, and Devontae Smith in the last 3 weeks has probably showed up bigger than A.J. Brown. And A.J. Brown's still having good games, but Devontae Smith has looked really, really good. So.
The whole team looks good.
Goddard is the tight end. You didn't lose anything. If he gets open, he's going to get the ball. If it's 3rd and 2, we saw what happened. If it's 3rd and 2, they go deep. Because on 4th and 2, the fullback lines up behind Jalen Hurts, and the running back lines up behind the fullback, and the tight end lines up next to the quarterback.
Right, that's what you're saying. Like against the Giants, they didn't have to do that. They just ran the ball 250 yards. Giants had nothing for 'em.
263 yards or something. That was insane.
But yeah, against the Niners, it's going to be 3rd and 2, 4th and 1 a lot.
And they're going to do it.
They're going to test their corners.
On 3rd and 1?
It's going to be nerve-wracking time. AJ and Devontae going deep against Shavarius and Diamador Lenore.
Against 2 number 1s.
Yeah.
We're looking at 2 number 1s now. You're not looking at a 1 and a 2.5 or a 1 and a 3. You're looking at shit.
This is my key, I think. One of them, one of the huge ones.
Is your key should be this.
Yeah, far outside guys can hang.
Other than that key, what do you have? I mean, in mind. What are your
keys to this game?
If you want to talk about we can't talk about the Giants and the Eagles game anymore because there was nothing to talk about. He went for it on he went for 4th down in the first quarter after 7 zip, and he didn't get it, and then it was 14 zip, and the fucking game was over. So,
yeah,
you know what? Here's what I want to talk about. This is the one thing I saw in the game. They went for like a 9.5, 10-minute fucking drive in the 3rd quarter, and they did it easily. And I said, shit. That's why they have the best offensive line in football. And that's going to be either huge.
Oh, it will be. I mean,
that's going to be huge.
We're way beefier than the Giants' offensive line. They're young. They've been misdirected.
Sure.
I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, their O-line's great. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Well, they make our O-line look downright pathetic.
Since his brother's the best tight end in football, is he the best center in football?
They're brothers? That's fantastic. Yeah, no, he is definitely the best center in football.
So it makes sense, right? His brother's the best tight end in football. If Travis and Jason are the Kels brothers.
Yeah.
And they're like, so that to me is like, I love that.
They got any kids coming up? Because I love that shit.
Yeah, me too. That's
little baby Kelsey.
That's a Matthews thing, the Bruce and the Clay.
Sure.
Oh, man. And now you got your son's one of the best left tackles of all time, and your son's one of the best outside linebackers of all time. And that's huge right there. So go to the Kels sons.
Oh, man.
So I'm into that. I think that's a really good, wow, you're going against the best center in football. So his command of what's going on the line and your defensive line and all their lineups and movements.
Sure.
The best center in football is the one who's going 4-7-2 double X Y. That's huge.
Right. And I thought defensively, our best advantages were against an injured Lane Johnson, and then I don't even remember the other tackle because he's like 56 out of 68 ranked by PFF. But then so Bosa's dominating one, and then, I thought Amenahue was going to be here, which is pending.
Which I hear is not going to happen.
I heard she tripped. So, I mean, we haven't heard the real story yet.
But we all know the truth of the NFL, and you just don't get to continue, no matter who you are. Ray Rice, Kareem Hunt, you all know the story. They didn't play the next week.
Right, so we're going to have to be looking for Ekuban. Ekuban coming off the edge versus the weaker tackles. Probably going to be, how we get pressure.
Well, that Lane Johnson guy, they say that injury is just, it's at the end of, this is the worst it can ever be. And he is literally, what is next? Surgery, but it can't get worse.
Right.
And he said, I'm just going to kick everybody's ass. I don't give a shit. I thought that was awesome. I was like, what did Lane say? He said he didn't give a fuck. He's
part hockey player.
He's part hockey player. He didn't give a fuck. He took both his teeth out and said, bring it.
Yeah.
So I was like,
half Ronnie Lott, half hockey player. Love it.
I love the matchup of the superstars because I think they're on every side of the ball on both teams.
Yeah, it's the best two teams. If you want to go by rankings or just by ass beatings that they gave to other teams throughout the year, Niners and Eagles were the best on offense, the best on defense.
It's the matchup we deserve to watch.
It is.
As fans go. He's lucky because he just gets to vote for one of the fucking teams.
Right. I thought it was going to go, Trey Lance struggles, makes wild card, et cetera, et cetera.
Right. Me too. I had a whole show built on the whole fact that
we went on this wild ride with couple
Brock
games
Purdy
of Trey
and-
Lance, and then
and
Garoppolo looking like
Don't
he might
forget
be able
about
to do
Jimmy
it.
Garoppolo.
Jim Lowe won some games, yeah.
Yeah, don't forget about Jim.
New
Jim
nickname.
Jimalo. That's your new nickname. It'll sound good on the Titans.
It might.
Jimalo.
They'll love that.
love
Clown
that.
outfits.
I
And
love
stuff.
that on Tennessee. If you go to Tennessee and you get called Jimalo, I'm trademarking that right now on the FBA.
That's right.
So, it's going to be the best game this week.
Oh, I mean, maybe the other one's shaping up to be pretty good as well.
Well, we can't get to it until we talk about the other games. So
Oh, yeah.
let's start with KC and the Jags.
KC and the Jags. I knew
KC
it
and the
all
Jags.
along.
You
Trevor
know-
Lawrence not ready. I've been saying it for years.
One of my favorite bands is actually KC and the Jags.
Not the Sunshine Band?
No,
Because that's what I think of when I think of Trevor
KC.
Lawrence.
Yeah, well, you think
Oh,
of
him, the little Sunshine Band.
KC and the Sunshine Band.
So
Trevor
the
Lawrence.
Jacksonville Sunshine Band was not quite ready
No.
to take down Mahomes and
Or Chad
Henne.
So don't forget about Chad
That was
Henne.
my favorite part of the weekend.
He's actually the guy that won the game for them because he was the one that
Right?
Was
5
it-
or 6
was it
touchdown.
5 or 6. Was it the? I think Mahomes wanted back on the field, but the fact that Chad was
He
just 4 for 4 at that point in time, they were like, "Shh, shut
Yeah.
the fuck up! Don't stop a drive, man. You don't like stop, timeout. Mahomes wants to come back in. Oh, he faltered 3 plays in a row. Punt.
Yeah, it was monster.
Yeah, we went 4 for 4 and then put you back in. So a good job by Andy Reid for like saying
Yeah, and putting a little doubt in Jacksonville's head. They're like, if Chad Henne can
Chad
score
Henne
on
can
us,
score on us.
then one-footed Pat Mahomes probably can too.
Well, Kansas City.
They did a lot of running. Pacheco.
I love that
Pacheco,
guy.
you know, honestly, just a weird little fantasy shout out here. Pacheco and Etienne next year, potential top 10
Top
picks.
10 picks.
Yeah, the way Pacheco and Andy Reid likes one guy.
I drafted him and never let him go because I thought he was going to be the superstar
Yeah.
running back for the.
Andy Reid does like his running backs.
He does, you know what I mean. And he'll suck on the new ones and let them run.
Could be
So,
interesting.
I ran with it.
Yeah.
I still think that it was a closer game than Kansas City thought it was going to be.
Score wise, it was. Watching it, you never had a sense that anything
that
bad
Jags,
was going to
yeah,
happen.
right. You didn't think that even with
They had a
Chad Henne.
chance, but
I think Jacksonville's defense showed up really well this year.
they're
And
ahead
I
of
think-
schedule for sure.
Yeah, for ahead of schedule. And I think
Yeah,
with all the young talent Jacksonville has, if you're a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, nothing but blue skies and sunshine, I think, as long as the kid that went 31-0 in college, I believe, I don't think he lost the game.
Well, we have an idea for that. Isn't he supposed to cut his hair and come back as Peyton Manning next year with
Trevor.
the little comb over?
Trevor, come back as Peyton Manning. Cut the hair and come back and say Omaha on your first play.
Omaha, go to work, Trevor.
work,
Use that
Trevor.
talent to make something of yourself.
You got to change your image in the pros. The pros are all about sunshine. This isn't Remember the Titans. You're not a judo expert. You're in the pros now.
Right.
Cut that fucking hair and get to work, bro. All right?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
I was just going to say something about Denzel, but I don't know what it was.
Let's go back to Aaron Rodgers' Super Bowl victory and look at what his hair looked like. And I'm pretty sure it wasn't Nicolas Cage in Con Air. Ooh.
Great movie.
Great movie. Classic. So, come on, Trevor. It's time to become a professional football player.
Yeah.
Paul Horning and fucking Bart Scott and be pissed at you. And I'm not talking about Bart Scott from the Ravens because he'd be pissed at you too because you don't play for the Ravens. So, no, I don't. Kansas City pretty much dominated.
They were the better team,
They were the better team.
with or without one-footed Mahomes.
Mahomes didn't need to play. He should have not actually gone back out. He should have just stayed on and
Yeah.
said, "Well, we got this."
Yeah, I think that would have worked out. Yeah.
Bills Bengals on the other hand, which
Yeah.
I didn't. I now think that I made the comparison to Josh Allen and Brett Favre, and now the Bills fans are going to just be and get
Just-
one. You're going to get one.
Just get one with this guy.
You're going to get one because there's a fucking Brett Favre effect in there that I think is going to fuck this kid. Those we're winning by, but oh shit, interceptions and
You know, every
just stupid. Just word.
strutting into the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Listening to all the all-pro talk, getting laid all the time. Chicken wings for free in Buffalo. Come on, Josh Allen, get your shit
Josh.
together.
Dude, get your Tom Brady attitude in there. Only Tom. We had this talk a little while ago about systems, and I went, yeah, Montana, it was a fucking Walsh system. He said, yeah. And I said, and then Brady and Belichick the system, and he went, maybe not all the way.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so, man. I was like, you think Brady really helped that much? And, yeah, maybe he won with Troy Brown as a cornerback and a receiver.
Yeah, if you can make 4 reads on one play, then you're better than everybody else.
He actually threw half of his touchdowns to either linebackers or defensive ends.
Cornerbacks, caught a lot of them.
Yeah, right? Like,
yeah.
What are your touchdowns went to none of your receivers? No, I just threw them to linebackers and fucking offensive linemen, and I'm like, wow, you are the best.
Yep. Now that was fun stuff.
Fun stuff. Okay, so I was disappointed with Josh.
Yeah, the perfect Buffalo snow game, and they got snowballed by Cincinnati. They ran against them. They did the short passes. Burrow was getting passes out quick. There was no rush for Buffalo.
Was there too much love for Hamlin and not enough, let's go fucking win a football game?
Well, I think the problem was...
Well, the Bills, because people...
Bills are down to their 5th and 6th safeties.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't help.
So
especially against Chase, Higgins, Boyd, and...
The actual players in the game, I think, matter a lot in this instance.
Okay.
You know,
because I didn't know. Because, you talk about the...
No Von Miller, no safeties.
Right.
Their corners can only cover for so long.
The Chiefs, or the Bengals, on pretty much full power offense. Maybe a lineman missing. They do have a lineman missing. They have that.
They're missing 3 linemen.
Yeah, okay, so they are. So we're back to Joey Burrow.
We're actually counting, Joey Burrow as an extra lineman because he protects himself.
Ooh, he
gets it out. And
speaking of extra linemen, I've heard complaints about the Niners running this like 7 offensive lineman kind of deal because Kittle's just a little bit off the line.
Sure.
But he's pretty much still a fucking offensive lineman. So when he blasts through somebody and then shoots off into a gap or into a flat area or a zone, they're like, dude, I just got chipped by a 285-pound left tackle who went out and caught a pass for 65 yards.
Right.
Yeah, that's scary. So that's a nice advantage for them, the way he sets it up.
And we could do it with Jawan Jennings or Debo, too, because if those guys
still
want to smash somebody, they will. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, so that's like, that's pretty awesome. You have 7 offensive linemen because you actually have Godzilla sitting out, like, off the line a tad, and the ref goes, good enough. And the receiver's up, hey, am I good? You guys are all good.
Yeah.
And then it's smash and
it's going to be fun smashing some of these
with
Philly
the run
defensive
game.
ends. They're little guys. I think we can...
We
might be able to work the edges on that.
They're big and fluffy in the middle.
Oh, yeah.
But on the outside, they're small and...
They're kind of quick, yeah.
Yeah, they're quick.
Hassan Reddick, we're going to bury you.
Bury you. That Kittle...
Coming around this way, and then smash! Kittle's going to hit you in the face.
Yeah, Kittle's an offensive lineman. Don't forget about that. When you see his number, don't go tight end. Nope. 78. That's what you should think about when you see that number. 85 is 78. That's like... Yeah. So, I just thought that was interesting, and they talk about... They've lost 3 linemen, and the Niners actually have 7 offensive linemen on the field at all times. Like, that's not right. So, no, Bengals, Joey Burrow, man. He don't need any offensive linemen.
And he owns the Chiefs.
Owns the Chiefs.
Joey Burrow owns the Chiefs.
Owns the Chiefs. and owns the Bills.
By 3 points every time, though, so if the spread's 3.5.
But he owns the Bills, too. Because the only way he gets to own the Chiefs... The only way he gets to own the Chiefs in the playoffs is by getting through the Bills.
So you're saying this Joey Burrow kid's kind of good,
Kansas City beats the Chiefs or the Bills, then Joey Burrow beats the Bills, right? I mean, I don't know, man. I think he's just that special quarterback, man. He's got a lot of talents around him as a receiver, though.
He's kind of. I used to think him and Herbert were about the same, but then now it seems
not even close. Joey
Burrow is definitely on another level than.
I think somebody said it perfectly. I think this. Well, I don't know. I say Brock Purdy. You're not trading Trey Lance.
I am not trading Trey Lance. He's going to win his 4 Super Bowls.
So you're keeping Trey Lance, and I'm thinking, well, where do you trade Trey Lance? Maybe the Jets. They can afford him. And then you keep.
We're going to have 2 quarterbacks that cost less than $1 million, and they're both better than everyone on every other team.
And you keep Brock Purdy, but listen.
Now they'll compete
on Sunday. Sunday is the first time there's no Tom Brady, no Aaron Rodgers, no fucking Matthews.
And they're actually good games and stuff.
Yeah, and so these are the new quarterbacks.
I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait for Jordan Love to be a part of that. So I really am, because there's only so many more years of Aaron Rodgers. So I mean, I can't wait to even hear Jordan Love's name. You know what I mean? And hey, Jordan Love's in the playoffs. Yes. So I don't know. I'm just being funny.
Yeah. Jordan love. I'll believe it when I see it.
So now we get to the playoff game. Kansas City with a limped up Mahomes.
Burrow owns them, right?
And Burrow owns them.
Unless, who's that? Jones for Kansas City on the D line can
Chris Jones
get in there and sack Burrow in 1.5 seconds.
9 times.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Never doubt Andy Reid, but he's not coming off a bye, so that's a bonus for Cincinnati.
Right.
And yeah,
Cincinnati's got Joe Burrow, so that's another bonus because he's cool hand Luke in the playoffs.
He is, man. I see everything except for home field leading Cincinnati's way in this.
So I had this, like, I want you to hear this because I think you'll like this. So I have this, like, Niners Bengals. So when we go back to the start of a playoff run or a Super Bowl run for the Niners, it was the Bengals that started this Super Bowl run.
1981. That was a classic.
Wouldn't it be sick if the roles were reversed and the Bengals got their votes crushed, and the Bengals got their first Super Bowl victory, and then Joey Burrows became the next Joe, and he wins 3.
All right.
I'm throwing that out there as fun.
No, that's fun. That's fun.
It's we got a new Joe.
Right.
It's Joey Burrows. We all think mad respect for this guy. This guy's awesome. And he plays the role.
He plays in Cincinnati, though.
But
that's the problem.
But wouldn't it be cool if it was like, things are in a circular.
Yeah.
And we got back to back to the Bengals Niners.
I think it should be the start of the Trey Lance era, Brock Purdy style.
No, it's not Trey Lance, and I don't think Brock Purdy's going to irrelevantly win the Super Bowl. So we flip it. We let Joey B be the next Joey M. He gets his first win against the Niners, and then he wins 3. And then they randomly take some left-handed quarterback from Tampa Bay, Stephen Phillips, and he wins 1.
Phil Phillips
from Tampa, the left-handed phenom, traded to the Niners for a second and a third.
All right, so realistically, what do we think here?
Realistically,
Cincy
Philly, yeah. That's my realistic claim.
All right. And I say the linebackers have 8 sacks and 3 picks.
And I only say it
Niners
because...
win by 42.
And I only say it because a high ankle sprain is pretty fucking gnarly.
It limits his ability to go deep and use Kadarius Toney the way they got him for, and some of the other big receivers going sideline routes. That high ankle sprain, yeah, he's gonna have to do dink and dunk and run the offense that he's not
really excited to run.
Yeah, no,
it can't just be deep. It's gotta interrupt taking the snap and like turning around and handing off to somebody. It's got to interfere with a lot of small little things where he's doing more on one foot than the other.
Yeah, well, I mean,
if you're only doing something on one foot from the start of the game, by the time you get to the fourth quarter, if you're going to tell me that one fucking foot isn't exhausted and beat the hell up from snapping and running and bouncing on its strength, you're wrong. And Joe Burrows is going to 2 Super Bowls in a row, and this time he'll lose to the Eagles. Is my guess.
Early prediction.
I
can't predict a Super Bowl because I still believe the Niners will be there.
Right, and I can't see
Niners-Bengals 3 would be sick, though. Niners-Bengals 3. I wish Collinsworth would do it with Steve Young. That would be so nice.
Niners-Bengals 3, but not only Niners-Bengals 3, like I suggest, it's the start of a new Joe.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear about that.
Somebody had to say it because I've been listening to Niners shit over here for like the last 2 weeks. So.
Yeah, we're
the start of a new Joe. So I'm starting the new Joe movement. If anybody's in Cincinnati or a Bengals fan right now, it's the new Joe movement, and it's the Bengals flipping the script, winning their Super Bowl, and Joey B becoming the new Joe.
Can't wait. I'll see everyone in Philly next week.
You won't see anybody in Philly. You'll be in Livermore. Oh, yeah.
We didn't get those corporate plane tickets to the game?
We didn't.
I thought we had the field passes and stuff.
No, we don't. And to be honest with you, now we got NBA because we're predicting Super Bowls yet, so we shouldn't. So.
All right, well, real quick, Bill O'Brien back as offense coordinator in New England.
Right, yeah.
Just thought to mention that.
That's huge. Well, I mean...
Well, yeah, considering they didn't have an offensive coordinator last year.
No, they had Matt Patricia, who's
tried to
is
wing
an
it.
offensive line he's an offensive line coach. You know,
Yeah.
who's your offensive coordinator?
Yeah.
Our offensive line coach.
W.
Yeah, that's retarded.
All right,
Just-
so they fixed that. And Bill O'Brien's in the job he was meant to have.
which
Cowering behind a head coach running some plays.
does that help? Does that help Mac Jones? Does that keep Mac Jones's job, or did Daniel Jones help Mac Jones keep his job by becoming a superstar quarterback in his 4th year?
So you're thinking that just the Jones associations that'll rub off.
Well, the Jones Association with getting O'Brien back and having an actual offensive coordinator.
It'll give him another year. Oh wait, are we on our contract year yet or not?
No, we're not even close to contract yet.
All
I
right,
think we're
yeah,
coming
now-
up to. I think we're
Mac's
coming.
got another year.
I think we're coming into year 3 with another offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
When the offensive coordinator you had before
So they're Alex
was
Smith.
not an offensive coordinator.
They're giving the Alex Smith treatment.
Well, they're giving him what 65% of the rookie quarterbacks in pro football get: the every other year offensive coordinator treatment.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So we'll see.
we'll see. Go Mac Jones. Just saying.
Good luck.
Good luck,
Boo
buddy.
Patriots.
Boo
That's what I'm
Patriots.
saying.
Bill O'Brien. I mean, doesn't Bill Belichick ever look for youth and new shit?
Don't know.
McDaniels.
He likes hoodies. That's all I know.
McDaniels. He took McDaniels. That was something new, and now he's just going back to O'Brien. I don't know.
No.
There's
neither
no
do I.
Kyle Shanahan disciple that he can take and just suck off and just fucking.
All the good ones are defensive coordinators these days. All the new coaches. They're all DCs.
From the Niners, the last two.
They
especially.
took that whole Rams tree, sucked it dry. There's nothing new. It's like when you just run the whole thing barren, and they're like, "How come we don't have any OCs?" Well, you just took everything. We have to plant new seeds and go through that whole thing.
So we're 5-6 years away from the Shanahan
We're gonna have a
sucking.
We'll have a new
The
bunch.
Shanahan sucking. Here we go. It's 5 or 6 years away from this point. So
There'll probably be video game kids that are the next group of OCs.
probably Madden winners.
Madden nerds.
Yeah, Madden nerds. Right. All right. Well, listen, football. We got
Nailed
2
it.
games this week.
Nailed it.
Nailed
High
it.
five.
High five. 2 games this week and 1 3 weeks from now, which I've already called. Eagles win, Bengals lose.
Quality teams. I'm excited. It's gonna be some good football.
Very good football. And there's going to be some excellent skill competitions at the Pro Bowl. So,
Warriors.
Knicks. Warriors, Knicks.
Oh,
Knicks.
man.
Well, go with your Warriors because you guys suck.
Well, I'm just so confused. The Warriors are still in the 10th spot. Steph Curry's back. Wiggins is back. Curry's playing well. Wiggins is not.
Well, you're playing in.
But check this out. We've, our home road thing. We're, Jekyll and Hyde or
Right. You're
Monster and Mouse.
undefeated at home and you haven't won a game on the road.
Right, so now we've lost 4 in a row at home, including a game to the Nets where Kyrie kind of torched us. Don't really want to talk about that. And then we've actually doubled our road win total in the last 10 days.
That guy. You're back with us. You little snorty bastard.
You're right by the microphone, man. So Warriors are just confusing. We're doing our thing. Curry's back, Wiggins back, so we have reason for optimism.
You have reason for
Oh, wait, I do have a cool thing, though. Curry, this was actually shocking that he tied the record for most half-court shots in NBA history.
Oh, that's who owned the record before that or tied the record. Who did he tie with?
That's what I'm saying. I was like, this is a shock. He's only hit 6 from over half court.
Okay.
The record belonged to Jamal Crawford.
Nice. Jamal Crawford of the Knicks, man. Kentucky Wildcats.
He'll make it from anywhere, man.
Man, that's awesome, man. I mean, I've seen some of those YouTube videos of Curry where it's like, this is stupid.
Yeah, Jamal Crawford does like that in his little Seattle pre-summer game stuff. Jamal Crawford's amazing, makes it from everywhere. So half court, no big deal for Jamal.
Awesome, man. That's awesome.
It's good company to be in.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's if you get to be. Well, we're talking about Jamal being in Steph's company.
Well, a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's fine. But still cool that you're in Steph's company, Jamal.
I wouldn't be shocked if Jamal comes out and makes a half-court shot here real quick.
I
never
would
know.
not be shocked either, so we can just take that lead and get it over
Yeah,
with.
he's like, I can do that. No problem.
Now, when do I need to... Hey, listen, just throw me the ball in, like, first quarter, somewhere around 5 minutes in, when we're up by 4. Why? Because I'm just going to shoot a half quarter so I can take the lead.
Nice.
Sounds good stuff. Whatever you want to do.
So we're grinding it out. I guess the Knicks are grinding it out too.
We are grinding it out. Well, we're not. We lost 4 in a row, and then we upset Spida and the Caps tonight. So
It's always good to get revenge on the Spida.
for not showing up to us, yeah, I'm kind of pissed about the Knicks not getting Spida. So, but
Yeah, he tried to dunk on Hartenstein at the end of the game.
Hartenstein with a great block, a great just
no.
just putting the 2 hands up and holding his position and saying, "Do what you have to do to get around me."
Right.
Double juke.
That's what the Knicks need is a little bit of defense.
Well, yeah, that's what we need is defense because it's like a Western Conference game, which just we have 3 players averaging 20. So we got Randall at 24, we got Brunson at 22, and we got and Barrett at 20.
Yeah.
So we got 3 players. I mean, 3 players averaging 20 points.
And I feel like that's going up every time because Randall's putting up 36. He almost made my performances
should-
of the week and shit.
Be better than where we're at in 7th
Seems like
when you've got 3 players, but no defense.
the East is tough.
The East is tough. The East is the toughest.
And
I
yeah,
mean,
you got to get some stops.
you got to get stops. Everybody's scoring 124. We just have to score 130. Or every halftime score is 63-59 or 64-62. You know what I mean? Whether we're winning or losing, it's still a lot of points on the board. So if we get some defense, which is Thibodeau, I'm kind of like surprised that Thibodeau's not getting better defensive play out of the players that he has.
I mean, maybe it is better, and you just don't know it. You see, speaking of a terrible amount of points scored, the Bucks scored 150 on the Pistons. Pistons scored 130 and lost by 20.
Right, that's which is insane.
Which is insane. So lots of points
That's an
being scored
all-star.
everywhere.
That's an all-star game in basketball. What was his score? 130 to 150.
Okay.
What was it? The all-star game? No, it was a regular basketball.
Now that was just the Wembanyama sweepstakes. The Pistons, man, we just can't catch Houston in the stakes
That's how good you guys are, though. You could put up 130 against anybody.
and still
But-
lose.
But to get Wembanyama, you got to let the other team put one up 150.
That's right.
We let the rookies calm it down. Ivy looks good.
Ivy does look good.
Ivy does look good.
Duran had a 25 and 13 game the other day.
Ivy Duran, they look good. There is starting talent.
Oh, yeah.
This is the rebuild for you.
Like star talent, not even
A star
starting
talent. Like when I think about Barrett, star talent.
Right.
Now we got Brunson, star
Exactly.
talent. I always thought Randall was good, but I always thought there was some head thing with him. You know what I mean? So he was never ever going to be star talent. He was
8 threes a day. Nice. For Randall. Yeah, that was sick.
He's on a level. He's on a 4 year ago level. Like he can score. I can play basketball. He's not on an attitude. I'm not on the right team anymore. Now he's like, I guess, comfortable with the boys. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, no, solid.
Improve our defense.
Preview defense. Yeah, correct. I guess
Celtics are
they're still doing their
doing
thing.
their man. They just look good.
They've lost 2 in a row, but yeah, solid. They're still up top. And Milwaukee played a few games without Giannis.
And 76ers overtook them for second. So that's what happened. When the Bucks lost Giannis, instead of being in third place, 76ers went to second place, and the Bucks dropped down. Well, Middleton's out too, right? So they don't have Middleton or Giannis.
He's in and out all the time.
Right, as always.
Yeah, the Nets lost Durant, so they're 5-5 without Durant.
Which is
Even though Kyrie put up 48 the other night.
So they should be 10-0 though with Durant apparently, because they were 12-0 when Durant was, or 17-0 or whatever stupid record they went on. So or like.
So that leads me to my Ask Scotty NBA question of the week.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Durant without Durant, the Nets have gone 5-5. The Pelicans without Zion are 2-8. Like, which player prohibits them from either one of these teams being a contender, or without either of them are they both fucked?
No, I think with Kyrie, the Nets could still get in the top 10 because you get the playing games. Because
Right.
you're just talking about playoffs now.
Yeah.
And if you consider the playoff games a playoff game, I think the Nets have a better chance of being in the playoffs without Durant because of Kyrie. Because we all know Uncle Drew can just take over a team.
Sure.
And Uncle Drew, has he ever had the chance? Is Kyrie, you know what? Instead of calling him the Flat Earther Kyrie, let's call him Uncle Drew from now on. Has Uncle Drew ever had the chance to be the only guy on the floor?
Yeah, Durant's been out for a whole year.
And Kyrie was the focused.
And he scores like 35 a game.
35 a game. So
He's ridiculous.
So with Simmons, with Ben,
Right.
just playing solid basketball, and what all the pieces around them, I would put them getting into the playoffs over if Zion Williams does not play again for the Pelicans. Probably will finish close to the Wembanyama trade. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, the West is so close. Like, they could drop below the Warriors and be 11th, and if they lose 5 more in a row.
Instantly.
Yeah.
And now you're looking at them out of the playoffs, and now considering how they could get Wembanyama.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. How can
Zion.
we lose 20 more real quick?
Zion, you're out for the rest of the season. Well, I'm fine. Yeah,
Right.
not where we're at, though. You're not. So,
pretty much.
it's a good question. Do we have top performers?
We do. We have a top 3 this week, which
So we had an NBA question, which I feel like crushed,
crushed it.
and we have top performers.
Yeah, top 3 of the week, in which I got to say the Kyrie 48-point game was ridiculous. Tatum put up 36 and 19 against the Warriors in the C's win against us, which I didn't want to mention. But these are my top 3. Number 3 goes to the Joker, Jokic over in Denver. Not because of the performance per se, although it was a 31-point triple-double. But he is in 250 less games than Alex English. He is now the Denver Nuggets all-time leader in assists as a 7-footer, which is pretty fucking impressive. So he gets my number 3.
Plus, Alex English is one of the top Denver Nuggets of all time.
Ah, classic. He had one of those just long, lanky. The jump shot would swish every time. I don't think he hit the rim once in his life.
No, yeah.
Silky smooth.
So right away, good name to be mentioned with.
Right, so nice. That's number 3 performer. My number 2 goes to
In how many years before? Sorry, English. 4 years before English or 3 years before English?
250 games. So yeah, that's about 3
three
years.
three and some.
It's about 3 seasons.
3 little
worth
bit of
games.
change. So yeah, and Alex English was an excellent basketball player. So go Jokey.
Yeah, he's just doing impressive stuff all the time. It's almost a shout out. But all right, so number 2, I'm going to like the opposite of Joker. All he does is score points. Jalen Green for the Houston Rockets. I don't think he's got any sort of shout out or anything lately, but he put up 2 40-point games this week.
Nice, 240s.
And one of them, the Rockets actually won.
Nice.
And, like, that's kind of my thing is I need the Rockets to win. So if Jalen Green can start putting up 40 all the time, making performance of the weeks, that would help out the Wembanyama run by the Pistons.
Until his teammates realized that you could play with Wembanyama next year and put up 55 a game.
Right.
Everybody's watching that guy. Are you shitting me? I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean,
Yeah.
we've all seen the guy from France.
Well, yeah.
We all want him. You know what I mean? If the Knicks could somehow give up their 9 first-round draft picks to get him, I'm wondering if it's possible.
Put it in the books.
Put it in the books. No matter who gets the first-round thing, the Knicks are just going to go, we'll give you every pick we have right now. And that's like 13 picks, 9 first and 4 fucking fours, man. I couldn't figure out how we get Donovan Mitchell with all these fucking draft picks.
Yeah. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows who's going to get this kid? Good luck.
But yeah. But speaking of number 1 draft picks, a few years ago, Minnesota got Anthony Edwards.
They did.
And he put up my number 1 performance of the week. Not just because of the stat line. He put up 46, I believe. No, 44 and 6 rebounds, couple assists, couple steals. But it was what he did to Houston's Alperen Sengun. Did you see this poor guy?
No, I wouldn't. No. Alperen Sengun. That's a tough name right there.
That's a tough one to say, and I had to get it right because Anthony Edwards put him on 2 posters. And he did it. It was unbelievable. The first one was from the dots. Like
the dots.
And he did it with 2 hands. So he just went right over 2 hands from the dots. Just, I don't know if you've
2 hands. Tough to do.
I don't know if
2 hands from the dots.
I'm not even sure. I'm sure I've ever showed you the video.
No, I didn't see it.
I'll show you after the show. It's incredible the amount of hops this kid has.
Wish we had a TV back there. We just showed it.
Right to show that one, but yeah, 2 hands right over the 6'11" Sagan.
We got our asses fined if we did that. You know that, right? So.
Right, just imagine it. And so, and then he threw another one down on the same guy. He went to the outside of the circle, so not as far away, more like a straight up thing. But the old 2-foot straight up one-hander, almost Morant-like.
Oh.
Almost Morant-like.
Well,
he didn't bring it the whole way back. But it was, whew. So Anthony Edwards for his destruction of Houston Rockets and Anthony Seguin. Number one performance of the week.
Is the number one performer of the week from Goob.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, that's huge. Because he didn't give Kyrie his 48 points even a... Oh, you gave it a mention.
Yeah, he gets a little something, but...
Nope. You gave it a mention. Julius Randle had a good week.
He had a couple 36-point games.
36-point games.
Almost made it.
Almost made it. There was a couple big point games, but not that they were consistent enough or even mattering.
I mean, you got to throw a couple highlights in there to make it on the top 3.
You do. But there are a lot of high point games from a lot of players this year.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
yeah, 150 for the Bucks, who are
yeah.
known for their defense.
There's just been a lot of holy shit.
I like
these
it.
guys are-
It's back to 80 stuff. I love all the scoring. No defense. Who
No
cares?
defense, fuck defense.
The kids these days, they don't want to get hurt. They know if their knee gets blown out by some charging maniac, they don't make no money.
It's over.
It's over unless they go and, do YouTube videos with FB and the Goob. Sponsored by the Good Time Tavern.
Well, we could only hope. So I'm trying to figure out how to get that Tuesdays with Purdy.
Oh, yeah.
Purdy Tuesdays.
Every day's a per day.
At the FB and Goob show. I don't know, because I think Tuesdays with Trey is done, so I don't know.
It's not. We'll get them for cheaper now.
We will. He'll be easy now to get. He'd be like, oh, I got stuck with the FB and Goob show. How to get stuck there?
Good press. Only good press here.
Only. Because we press only good stuff.
Yeah, Lakers got Rui Hachimura. That's cool. He's a West Coast guy. Should help the Lakers.
Sure.
Don't care. Boo.
Don't care.
LeBron and his 46 points.
Boo the
today.
Lakers. Anthony Davis can't play a full season ever.
Ruining everything.
But college basketball, not. Because we're on a 4-game win streak, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
we're on a 4-game win streak.
Holy shit, the wave has waved our way.
That's right.
Thank God. And we actually took down Tennessee. Vanderbilt, not so exciting. Georgia, SEC. You got to take down the
You're a Kentucky fan, right?
I hope so.
All right. I always forget what fan you're rooting for. Kentucky.
I am a Kentucky Wildcat fan. I know I just get excited about them when I talk about them. So, listen, Kentucky's won 4 in a row. Took down 2 SECs. Beat Vanderbilt. Not that exciting, but we got 4 in a row, which we had not had a good... We haven't had a good streak of games.
Yeah, and
We've had 2 and then lost 4, or 2 and lost 1, and 2 and lost 3, or 2 and lost 2, but we haven't had 4 in a row go.
Yeah, Shibway and Wallace are killing it. That Shibway guy is going to set all sorts of all-time rebounding records. He's I can't even come out. Olden Polonese, Charles Barkley, he's rebounding in that sort of stratosphere.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman after he got tall. Stratosphere.
Big words.
Yeah, so that's nice. Carolina, we also have won 4 in a row. We just beat Syracuse because one of their guys elbowed one of our guys right in the face, and we got a bunch of free throws.
Win.
So good for us. Put that on the board. Road win.
Road win. Need road wins.
Yeah, and we're actually off until February, so Carolina can take a break for a while, enjoy ourselves. You guys, Kentucky, playing Kansas, who the top 10 has been shaking all up. Kansas lost 3 in a row in the Big 12. I can't tell if Kansas
We've won 4 in a row, so this could be a positive game for the Kentucky Wildcats.
Yeah.
Or a turnaround game for Kansas.
Well, I mean, it's going to be a big win for either one.
Yes.
Anytime Kentucky, Kansas.
I would have to say this is probably the start of just shitstorm city.
Yeah.
Because it's Kansas, and then what? You're going to play every team in the SEC for the next fucking 10 games and
it's on in college.
prove yourself as as a college basketball team to deserve to be inside the March Madness of 64 teams. Yes. It starts now. For when Kentucky plays Kansas with 11 games to go, that means it's on.
Yeah. I've never actually heard of this kind of game right in the middle of the season before.
Neither have I, so I'm kind of thinking to myself, yeah, it's on now, because if we beat Kansas, then We have to play probably Alabama again, Tennessee again. You know what I mean? Now it's on. You know what I mean? Now it's all the big teams, all the rival teams, all the conference teams that.
Oh yeah, we got Duke and NC State coming up. I mean, honestly, it's gonna be crazy.
Madness starts in February.
I almost can't wait to win the Super Bowl. That way, we start concentrating on college basketball and how fun that's gonna be.
I'm excited for the transition from football to every other sport because we started the show with every other sport and no football. So
right.
How much have we learned? How much have we done? How much have we?
Can we make it better?
Can we make it better? We'll find out. If we watch show 53 and then we watch show 1 and go, wow, way fucking better, then you'll see show 104.
And then we'll do it another year.
And then we'll do it another year. I mean, that's how I look at it. So I'm excited for college basketball. Purdue and Alabama. Purdue, it's just
that 7'4" huge dude, Eddie, he dominates people.
The Web Banyane of college basketball is dominating everybody. So Purdue is sitting there the whole year almost. So
yeah, I don't see them going anywhere.
Don't count out Purdue. Don't count out the SEC just the SEC.
Yeah,
I think that's the conference this year of the most in the final, the most in the 64, the most. I do. You always
see. The Big 12's killing.
You said the Big 12 was killing it.
They got 6 top 20 teams right now.
6 top 20 teams. That's good.
Yeah, no, they're impressive. Like I said, I can't tell if Kansas, because they lost 3 in a row, is not as good as we thought, or just like the rest of these teams are all really good.
Yeah, but Baylor's usually pretty good. Kansas usually pretty good.
Baylor, so K-State, Kansas.
K-State, yeah,
there are a lot of good teams. Texas, top 10.
They're all 64 teams. That's for sure.
Yeah, we'll start weeding. That's what I'm saying. In February, we'll start weeding some of these teams out. See which ones are ready for the day.
I'm just hoping we don't weed out Kentucky and North Carolina.
Again? No, I think that would be fun. We could be a 8, 9 seed?
I'll take a 10 seed. I don't give a shit.
7, 8? What is it? I forget.
8. I don't like to go worse than 8, man. I like fucking 8 that.
So college is good.
College is good. Hockey is the same as college basketball for me right now. Once football season is over, start weeding it out and figuring out what to talk about.
But I got to give the hoops related McDonald's. The McDonald's lineup's out.
We have the McDonald's lineup. That's right.
Right. I always like to announce the rosters are coming out for McDonald's American game.
He loves that game. It's one of his favies.
Right. From I mean, every star you've ever heard of, from Michael to Kobe to LeBron, they've all played the McDonald's All-American game. And it's a show. It's great. It's great basketball. It's kind of like an NBA All-Star game. It's just a lot of dunks, a lot of threes, a lot of athleticism.
From high school kids.
From high school kids. And this year, I mean, LeBron James's kid is on the team this year.
Nice.
Which he is undecided. Kentucky's on his list.
Oh.
But he won't play for Kentucky because they already got 5 guys on their team that's way better than little Bronny James.
Oh yeah, he's not going there. He's not coming off the bench. Go to go to Illinois. Isn't that where Jordan's kid went?
Hold on, I'll write down some stuff. He can go to Oregon. He can go to
love the court.
Michigan
Great court.
State.
Got trees and shit on the court. It's great.
Yeah.
Michigan State. Go to Michigan State. Michigan State could be a coming off the bench team.
Oh yeah.
Oregon probably not a coming off the bench team.
No,
he doesn't want to come
USC's also. That's in his backyard.
That's not a coming off the bench team.
No,
I would go to you. He's going to go to USC.
State Pac-10 if you're a little Bronny, because he never grew that much. He's still just 6'3".
Yeah, no, you might want to stick with where you're going to be a superstar.
Play 4 years. Don't do the LeBron thing.
Be a Pippen.
Be a Pippen.
Be a Pippen Jr.
Right.
Get on a G League team on a good franchise. And don't ever think you'll ever be your dad because, well, your dad was already in the NBA by the time he was your age. Right?
He was already better than half the people in the NBA by the time he was your age.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I didn't mean to say he was in the NBA yet.
He was destroying
he was already
players
killing people. We were already talking about him. We already nicknamed him the King, which is crazy, actually.
Yeah.
Being a kid in a high school jersey with a crown on your head.
Yeah.
That was our fault. I think we made his head this big.
Not
us personally, because we just started a year ago.
He did a pretty good job, regardless of what anyone says. I'm not a fan, but you give me that much power, I'm definitely fucking that shit up.
Yeah, and well, to be honest with you, he's top 5 basketball players of all time, so he's got that going for him too. Not giving him number 1 though.
Totally.
No. Not even giving him number 2. There's discussions to be had.
Discussions to be had after
There's discussion to be had after number 1. We could talk about a lot of shit after number 1. Yeah. There's Michael Jordan and a lot of discussions.
Indeed.
That's fair, right?
Yeah, he's made a good argument. He's there.
He's close.
We'll save that for our top 5 NBA players of all time, which will come in
3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks.
4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Just get there.
Probably in April sometime.
Hockey?
Hockey. Penguins are creeping on you. We were 5 points back. Now we're only 3 points back.
Yeah, but we were at 3 points for a long time.
I know.
We were at 3 points for like 2 months straight. It was like, how far are we back? 3 points.
Yeah, no, there are some exciting Penguins, like revelations, though.
Ooh.
We got Letang back, which he was injured and his father died. So this is like a very emotional time.
Shit.
But
probably not going to be the same the whole year.
And we got our starting goalie back, which he didn't play today.
Okay.
But so we got a couple of defensive things back. When today's game was nuts. We won 7-6 against the Panthers. Crosby and Letang did most of the damage. But I mean, it just like the whole game just describes how just irregular the Penguins are. You know, it highlights our star power. We can score goals. We can do this. We have lots of talent.
We seem to bring it all together.
And then 6, yeah exactly.
Like,
but giving up 6 goals, our goalies have been
needed.
terrible. We give up too many shots. Our defensemen they're sieves.
Sibs.
Yeah, we're in the top 5 of shots against, and that's not the goalie's fault.
No.
So there's got to be a little give and take. Our defense needs to get better. I say we trade Dumoulin for anything, and then see what happens, and then see if this whole Letang dad thing can't work out.
Tough.
Yeah, it's tough. But
yeah, it takes a while.
Right now, it's still Boston Bruins. They're setting records left and right. They're on pace to most points of all time.
The Bruins, they're killing it.
Yeah, the goalie's already quickest to 25 wins. It's Bruins and everyone else right now just doing the grind. Exactly. The middle of the season hockey grind.
Yep, which means nothing because it's a team that comes in the hottest that usually just wins the fucking thing in the end. So.
Exactly.
So I'm not really worried about them.
But the middle of the season also means All-Star contest, which, in my opinion, is way better than what the NFL's throwing out there with their flag football and their long drive competition.
I'm telling you, we suggested it last year. I think it should be discussed, but I think an offensive lineman strongman competition where they just like pick up big boulders and put them on top of shit and just who's the strongest offensive lineman. I think if we're going to do this and we're going to make this a finale or a weekend of fantastic fun,
Listen, NFL is no fun league. They're not going to let anything fun happen. I'm surprised they're going to let this flag football. Remember last time they played in the sand?
If a knee injury happens,
it's all over.
It's all over.
No.
If the NFL has to pay some dude $19 million because he had a $55 million contract and he played at their little stupid flag football thing, and then now the NFL has to pay $19 million to this guy, it's the last fucking flag football game you'll ever see. These guys aren't allowed to fucking ride bicycles unless it's from the practice field or the locker room to the practice field on Green Bay Packer bike your fucking kid's bike to the fucking field day. That's it. These guys can't do so. Yeah, I'm all
but the hockey thing's always fun.
The hockey thing is hockey.
And we got some updates. They're doing some new stuff.
Basketball's good, but go ahead. Give me your hockey updates.
Oh, yeah, basketball's always fun.
It's skills competitions. It's a basketball thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But hockey, we got the fastest skater. We got the hardest shot. We got the targets. And we got the breakaway, right?
Right.
And so some of the other stuff we got rid of, and now we're adding dunk tank, where, like, say, Connor McDavid and Sidney Crosby would line up and take shots, and if they knock all the shots in, they can dunk the other guy in a dunk tank.
Nice.
So they got dunk tank one-on-one, which I thought was sick. They got some sort of hockey golf, where there'll be chipping putts and stuff on the greens, and I'm not sure exactly how that is going to work out. They didn't explain it.
Nice.
But I think that'll be fun. And then they got some weird goalie tag team thingy, which will be interesting to watch. They're also including women. Some of the famous women hockey stars are going to get together, and they're going to, I don't know if they're going to coach some of it or try to beat all the men. Or...
Well, that's sick.
Yeah, so a lot of fun stuff in the All-Star game.
I think they should do the dunk tank as you're you got somebody in that dunk tank, and I got somebody in this dunk tank, and you got to fucking try to dunk them with a hockey puck. Sure, you hit the little circle. Is that what they're doing?
That's what's happening.
Oh, I thought you said they had to like make some fancy shots, and then they got to dunk the other one. But they're actually doing. That's cool.
I think they have to hit 4 targets in the net, and then the dunk tank target.
Oh, okay. So I heard net and targets, and I was like, well, I hope
Right,
it would be awesome if they just dunked a human being in a.
Oh, I'm sure there's going to be a little. They might just fire for the dunk tank one right away.
Right away. I wouldn't even care about the targets. Chimping, gotcha.
Gotcha, you're dunked. Yeah.
You lost the competition. I did.
Exactly.
I don't believe I did. I walked away with a smile.
Yeah.
It felt like win-win for everybody.
Exactly.
So, very cool.
What else in hockey? I'll tell you what else. Remember what Wembanyama? Hockey's got its own Wembanyama.
He's like 7'7" and he wears skates.
Okay, well, he's like the opposite.
Like, Jesus Christ. That's insane.
No, I was just going to give like a little Sharks update, but Connor Bernard is a 17-year-old Canadian center who's been destroying scoring records. Maybe not Gretzky's or Crosby's, but he's sick. So anyway, I was going to say the Columbus, Chicago, and Anaheim have the worst 3 records, and the Sharks are right behind them. So if they want this guy, they need to lose a little bit. And that's my Bedard.
Listen.
It's not as fun to say as Wembanyama. Yama.
Nothing is.
Nothing is.
So.
Yeah, that's all I got for hockey.
Yeah. Well, then we got golf.
Ooh,
if we're done with hockey, there's a tiny bit of golf.
Yeah.
Good old John Rahm.
John Rahm.
That's right. That was a porno flick.
It's like .com Rahm.
.com is killing it.
He is.
Not because Morikawa was falling apart.
Oh.
Only. Not only
Just
because
that
of
one
that.
time.
Just that one time. But he's won 5 other events.
Oh, yeah.
On top of that.
Both events in Hawaii.
He's loving Hawaii right
Heading
now.
to Torrey Pines.
Heading to Torrey Pines,
up.
which I love Torrey Pines. If you're gonna watch a nice golf course, a challenging, beautiful golf course, Torrey Pines should be on your list. There's a couple of holes on Torrey Pines there's a couple par 3s on Torrey Pines where you're like, how do they land on that green?
Sign me up. I'll bounce a bunch of them off.
Oh, just bounce, just sand traps and carpets, baby, because that's where I'll be. Because there's no way. Excited to see golf back.
Did you see? There's a bunch of guys, Morikawa and Adam Scott, have joined Tiger Woods and doing a simulator tour. They're gonna do like a Monday night thing where it's a 2-hour like match because you don't have to walk anywhere. You just hit the ball, smack, 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 smack.
Oh.
Yeah, and then they got a little putting green for like close shots and stuff that they're gonna build in this huge arena. So. I don't know. It's just some sort of weird simulator virtual golf that.
Who's the old golfer that couldn't walk and he got put off the tournament because he couldn't drive in carts? Maybe they should shoot that guy a fucking shout out or shoot that guy a fucking chance. Paul Casey? Not Paul Casey.
Yeah.
It was?
That sounds right. No, the other Casey. It was a Casey.
It was a Casey.
It was a Casey.
You need to shout that out, Tiger. You need to find that guy because they wouldn't let him on the pro tour because he couldn't fucking walk. You should put him on the virtual tour. Let that guy have a chance. Show you how he can hit a 300-yard drive.
He's probably
virtually
addicted to heroin somewhere in a back
is
alley.
What do you mean I can't play golf because I'm a cripple? Fuck.
Yeah, so we got something rivaling the Saudi tour. So it's some fun stuff. There's a bunch of little rivalries, like a bunch of gangs, like developing in New York City.
It's the Live Tour versus the Tiger Woods virtual tour
versus PGA versus World Golf.
I don't even know how that's the same.
No.
They're not gonna kick Tiger out of the PGA though because of this, right?
No.
Tiger, you can't.
Absolutely not.
Hey Tiger, your little bullshit
takes
Monday
2 hours
night
on a
video game on a Monday night. You cocksucker! Don't you?
Nah, he's cool. He's good.
He's good.
PGA likes him.
PGA likes him.
All right, so golf's heating up. We got a little golf stuff happening.
We got a little golf stuff coming soon. NASCAR to you from the FB and Goob Show. Because we're very close. That's the one thing about football ending is that NASCAR always throws like a race in between the fucking Super Bowl and they're like, you ready? Please follow us now. It's like trying to get subscribers. By the way, subscribe and like to the FB and Goob Show. We'd appreciate it. It's just a little button. All you got to do is shake your finger down to it and push it. Give in. Give in to the resistance. I know you want to do it. Fight the urge that stops you from pushing that fucking button and do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got nothing else for sports. Unless you can pull soccer out of your ass and make it sound good.
Well, let's see. Right after Ronaldo, we talked about that. He signed with the Al Nassr team.
Yeah.
They had a celebrity match where Messi and his team at PSG went and played the Saudis. And Ronaldo scored a penalty and scored another goal, and Messi scored a goal, and everyone went happy, and millions of dollars were made for rich Saudi kings.
There you go. That's how it works.
That's all I got.
You don't think
Pull six door.
You don't think they signed that guy to not make millions upon millions of dollars?
Yeah.
They didn't give him millions of dollars to not. Nobody gives anybody millions of dollars to not, in return, make millions of dollars. It's kind of how the world works. And
so that's about it.
And on that, you know what makes us work? Is our fans.
Our peoples.
Our peoples. The people we love. The people that did push the subscribe button and the like button occasionally. Come on, guys, just push the buttons. It's not that hard. You guys aren't doing anything else.
I wonder if most of them are sleeping, like Stat Guy.
Yeah, but Stat Guy's always sleeping. Fuck Stat Guy. Stat Guy's useless to us. Who's not useless to us? Joe B. Joe, love you.
Joe B.
Missed a rat bat flip. You're right. We did miss a rat bat flip. Weren't even thinking about it. Fuck that one.
Oh, yeah,
I'm going to blame it on
I did. I missed the rat
Goob
bat
over
flip.
here because when he said we're doing a rat getting tossed around by his tail, I thought
it was kind of a whippy thing
it was
instead
more
of a
of
flippy
Indiana
thing.
Jones across the thing.
Oh, man.
So,
Good
Joe,
call.
good call.
Yeah.
El Tiburon.
El Tiburon.
This is my favorite comment of all time, and I want you to know this because I really mean it, and I'm from the bottom of my heart. I will never be able to look at Josh Allen again without thinking of Brett Favre. Thank you. I'm glad that I did that for you. I'm glad personally, as a human being, now that every time you see Josh Allen, you will see Brett Favre's face. And nothing makes me happier. That makes me feel like my words were inspirational to somebody on this little crappy podcast.
No, that is awesome.
It is, right? I thought that. I was like, really? Thanks.
And do you think do you think people back in the the late '80s are thinking, oh man, Jim Kelly's going to lead us to so many Super Bowls, and then he was obviously not the same as Favre.
No, he didn't throw it up, but he didn't have. He wasn't throwing five.
The same
and giving away.
disappointment could happen.
Yes.
In Northern New York.
All of us get these disappointments. I've only won 2 Super Bowls out of apparently 2 of the top 10 quarterbacks all-time football history.
And
Dan Marino never won one, and we are putting him in that same fucking category. So, it's a tough sport, man. But Trent Dilfer's won one, and Jim McMahon's won one, and there's a really good fucking chance Brock Purdy might win one. Wow.
Yep.
Welcome to football, ladies and gentlemen.
The next Doug Williams.
The next Doug Williams. So thanks, El Tiburon, for that beautiful comment. Shout-outs.
Yeah. Do you want to go first, or should I go first? I've got a terrible one.
Is yours dead or alive?
Ooh, I thought we'd go alive for all of them today. Yeah, no deaths. No deaths amongst the famous.
I'm going to go first.
Yeah, go.
Because I think you went first the last 2 times. And
No, I'll go first. Ladies, I got a ladies thing. The ladies.
Ladies go first. Always. Ladies always go first. We love the ladies.
So Michaela Schifrin, we already announced that she had tied the record.
She had
with
tied
Lindsey
the record.
Vonn.
Michaela. There you go.
Quick update. She nailed it. She's broken the record. Now she's 4 away from, I want to say Jan Stenerud, but no, Igmar Stenmark.
Jan Stenerud, the old Packers field goal kicker. Or just kicker.
Right.
You just didn't, you kicked the extra points too, Jan. Did not mean to disrespect you there.
Yeah.
Yes, awesome.
Yep, so a little mini shout out for her.
Mini shout out for her. I got a shout out, and I think it's a great shout out because it seems like it's only, we just keep shouting out people that are never going to know we shouted them out. They're all fucking dead. So, Jonathan Isaac of the Orlando Magic played his first game this week after 2.5 years, or after 2.5 years after tearing his ACL. And being a fellow ACL terror and replacement guy, shout out, bro. Scored 10 points.
In
Limited minutes.
9.5 minutes.
9.5 minutes. Limited minutes. Put up 10 points. And shout out to the Orlando Magic for holding on to somebody for 2.5 years, for having confidence in somebody that you drafted
Right.
and you held on to.
And it's half zombie.
And his half zombie
Just like
now.
you, FB.
No, I don't know. Probably not. They probably had to take that. That's why it's 2.5 years. It's probably 2.5 years because they had to probably take the tendon from another part of his body. I was only able to get the zombie thing because I was in my 40s.
Gotcha.
And they said that if you're in your 40s, that cadaver takes better to the body than a younger kid. So
And
now,
this guy's a 20-year-old bouncy kid.
yeah, so they probably took the tendon from somewhere else on his body. Now he's using his own things. But what that means is you heal from 2 surgeries.
It's a long road.
A longer road. You have to deal with the mental adversity of going, is my knee the same? Took this man 2.5 years. It personally took me 1.5 years to ever feel confident to bend down, to put any pressure on that knee. Shout out to you, Jonathan.
And he was a Florida State Seminole for 1 year. Got that right.
Nice. Awesome. Well, listen, on that note, I'm FB.
And I got one more shout out. I got one more.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought I got to finish.
Nope. See, I like interrupting you at the end
You
now.
shoot.
This
Is that what
is
you're
how-
doing now? Because
I'm
you're
doing
starting
it.
to do that a lot.
I am.
So I thought you started, and I was Jonathan. Jonathan, I thought you were the headliner in shout-outs today, so I want to apologize to Jonathan Isaac right away. You did not headline the shout-outs.
Oh, no, he's still the headliner. We just have a couple little things to finish up.
Oh, fuck. Finish then.
Yeah, no, Isaac in his 904 days road to recovery definitely gets the
Nice math.
the major one.
Nice as you just go.
But we did have a Hall of Fame vote today. Scott Rowland, one of the better defensive third basemen. Phillies,
Cardinals, yeah. Scott Rowland, yeah.
He's
Phillies,
got
I
a
remember
ring.
Scott from the Phillies. He's the only guy inducted other than Fred McGriff, so it's kind of like...
It's a weird one, yeah. Gary Sheffield and Andrew Jones and
All should have been
Todd
inducted to the Hall of
Helton.
Fame. Should have been inducted
All
to the Hall of
players
Fame.
that,
Should've
if I
been
watched them, were better than Scott Rowland.
Should have
we'll
all been
see.
inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Fuck you, Scott Rowland.
Only 2 guys. We shouldn't even talk. Listen, this is my personal opinion about the Baseball Hall of Fame. If you're only going to elect 2 guys, just don't even tell anybody.
Skip it this year.
Just skip it.
No one wants to go to Ohio anyway.
It's got to be a minimum of 7.
Right.
7. 2 coaches, 5 players, 1 announcer, 6 players.
Right.
Make it interesting.
Because if you just give one 39-second speech and then have to hang out and do nothing for 7 hours.
You'd be like me at a goddamn color guard event. When I would show up there, my daughter would get to the thing, her little fucking mat would come out, they'd do 34.5 seconds, and I'd watch 37 other high schools do 35 seconds of fucking pulling a mat out and doing the show. It's embarrassing, guys. We should fucking make this better. I almost screamed for an encore this weekend because I wanted to watch my daughter for a minute. And on that fucking note, I'm FB.
I'm the Goob.
Peace.
And Steven Stamkos got 500 goals.
Fuck Steven Stamkos.
Fuck Steven
Bullshit ass.
Stamkos.
Now I'm mad that you brought up
He's
color
alive,
guard
too.
in the end of the show, you dick. You got to bring up color guard. I fucking spent 7 hours for 35 seconds of my life on Saturday, and he's got to bring it up.
Yeah.
And his little pushy bullshit.
That's part of the friendship.
Yeah, it is. Dick.
That was 2 hours of brilliance.
It made me feel like fucking
2 hours of brilliance.